Egypt's High Administrative Court on Tuesday suspended a constitutional assembly led by the Muslim Brotherhood. The court ruling came in response to protests by liberals and secularists that the Islamists in parliament were dominating the process to draft the country's constitution. The military and the Brotherhood are in a standoff over the future power balance of the state, and while the military still has the upper hand in this tense negotiation, it also will not be able to ignore the popular support for Egypt's Islamists. Egypt has a lot on its to-do list for this quarter. By the end of June, a president is supposed to be elected by popular vote, a new constitution is supposed to be drafted and passed by popular referendum, and finally, the military is supposed to formalize a transfer of power to the civilian government. Judging by the pace of the political process so far, there's no guarantee that Egypt is going to meet the deadline, but you can bet that the coming weeks are going to be filled with political tension as the two main political forces of the state, the military and the Islamists led by the Brotherhood, haggle over just how much power each will be able to wield in a post-Mubarak Egypt. The military is carefully handling the situation. Egypt's generals have watched closely as discontent among liberals and secularists have grown over the growing Islamist influence in the government. The Brotherhood, along with the Salafist Noor party, together hold a near majority in the parliament. The Brotherhood earlier promised not to make an additional bid for the presidency, but then went back on its word last week when it fielded its own presidential candidate. Shortly thereafter, a stalwart member of the Mubarak regime, presumably backed by the military, former intelligence chief Omar Suleiman, announced his bid for the presidency. Then today, the High Court, where Egypt's military holds considerable sway, decided to disband the Constitutional Assembly that's led by the Brotherhood, claiming it wasn't representative enough of Egypt's non-Islamist society. The Egyptian military is clearly trying to keep the Brotherhood in check as it negotiates the most contentious parts of Egypt's new political framework. In this negotiation, the military is the one that holds actual authority, while the Brotherhood's majority in parliament does not yet mean much in practice. From the military's point of view, there's a difference between holding power and holding office. The military would prefer to hold power behind the scenes, while a Brotherhood-led government holds office and is held accountable for all the grievances of the wider populace. The Brotherhood is thus in a difficult spot as it tries to politically empower itself in this transition. The Islamists already dominate parliament, and there's no way the military can get around that. No matter what, the Brotherhood will end up playing an influential role in the drafting of the Constitution. And when it comes to the presidential vote, the parliamentary polls have already shown that the Islamists carry a lot of popular support. So the military won't be able to deny the Islamists a political voice, but it does have a number of ways to stifle that voice.